Before I get started, what a beautiful sight this is. When I walked out, it was just overwhelming to see all of you here. So I'm sorry I had a little tear, but it was a beautiful, beautiful sight for my son.
Absolutely.
First, I want to thank all of you for coming to wish Akin a very happy birthday this evening. And thank you to Akin's godfather and family for flying in from Atlanta. And to Akin's cousins flying in from Colorado, and Sade and Justice for flying in from New Orleans. I can just feel all the love surrounding you today, honey. It's truly a most special day for you. Happy, happy birthday, Akin. We honor and celebrate just you today. I'm going to take you all back for a minute to tell you the story from the beginning of this year. You know, a lot of you don't have many details, and I won't get into how tough it was to actually be there. But on January 23rd, like any other typical Saturday, Akin went out with his friends to the movies and then headed over to the park to play basketball and just run around. Only this time, all of our lives changed forever. Akin had a heart attack and stopped breathing for an unbelievable 30 minutes. Even though there was only a 1% chance. I mean, just think about that, 1%. This whole place, it's probably 100 people,
Wow.
85 to be exact. Akin survived those odds. Yeah. That's my boy.
Amazing.
The paramedics would not give up on him. And they kept pushing on his chest to no avail. Until one 6'5" paramedic turned around and said, "It's time to pray." And as we began to pray, things started to shift. Akin's heartbeat came back. I was there, it's true. I believe because God knew his work on earth was not yet finished. Over the next 4 months in the hospital, Akin fought for his life like nothing I've ever seen. I don't know anyone as strong as my son. His spirit is unparalleled. The pain he endured, the seemingly never-ending barrage of infections and medicine and testing, the will to battle through it all within the four corners of a hospital room. It just gave me such pause. I'm so proud to call you my son. I am most proudest of your heart. You are an inspiration to me and everyone here tonight. I'd like to express my gratitude to so many of you. I want to thank all of our family and friends who came to the hospital to help Akin and I get through this time. Look at his heart. He's holding his little niece. I can't name you all, but most of you here today were there with us at the hospital. Thank you for being there. I know it made a difference for Akin to feel loved and supported by our community. And thank you for being our village. Catherine and Melinda? Where's Melinda? Where's Min? Of course she's doing, there she is. Stand up, Melinda, so everybody will know who you are. And this is my girlfriend, Catherine. If she'd raise her hand. Raise your hand.
I'm blessed to know Alison and Akin and the entire family.
Aw.
Couldn't be more blessed.
Oh, I want to thank the two of you who were at the hospital almost every day and kept me going with prayers and texts, food, cards, and gifts on my doorstep that I would come home to after being 16 hours at the hospital. There were many times you brought a smile to my face for the first time that day. Your kindness has touched my heart and truly given me the fuel I've needed to survive this ordeal as a mother. Thank you for your service to my son. You two have no idea how much you've helped me. I will never forget what you've done for Akeem. God bless you guys. Truly, they deserve it. And I want to thank my friend Claudia for flying out the second she heard what happened. She's always flying somewhere, but she flew out. She's in, yeah. Anyways, actually, she got on the next flight the second she heard what happened, and she began staying with Akeem for days on end, taking shifts to give me a break, and bringing us food over the months we were in the hospital. Thank you, Claudia, for always being there for me, for all you did for Akeem. And I want to thank my daughters and son-in-laws, Kumi, for flying in from Hawaii, Boomy and Josh for coming to the hospital so many times with my grandsons, Justice flying in from New Orleans, and Sade and Savannah for coming out for 2 months to help us get through.
Savannah wants to say something, Robert.
Yes, you did come and stay with me. I love my kids. They're the best kids in the world. And can all of my caregivers that help with Akeem, can you please come over here for a minute? Just stand over here. Shelly, come on down, Shelly. And Fenella, where's Fenella? Here comes Fenella. Of course, taking her time, doing a little stroll, a little modeling in this beautiful outfit. This is the Ugandan queen. I want to thank them personally, each one of them. I call them my A-team. You truly are. Jesus, thank you for your gentle way with Akeem, for your kindness and your readiness to laugh. I love the way you call him bro. You are a brother from another mother to him for sure. And Dewan, he's a former high school football player here on the end, and he's now a coach to my son. He came on board and immediately just worked so well with Akeem with all his physical therapy, and you're just a natural with him. Thank you for all the ways you encourage Akeem and for singing along to Bob Marley in the morning. He's from Jamaica. And Shelly. Shelly's my Shelly. I love this woman more than anything. She just is so special to me, and she took over a job of helping me with Akeem, and thank you for being so wonderful to him. You're just so dear, and you're always looking for new ways to help him, and you help me so much too. Akeem and I truly would not know what to do without you. She's as short as I am tall. Maritza, thank you for being with us from the start. She came in February, just minutes after we got into the hospital, and she just has a special connection with Akeem. Thank you for sticking with us, traveling all the way out to Pomona, every day in the thick of traffic. Seriously, like 3 hours every day, just one way.
Wow.
And I was like, who would do that? Well, here she is.
Wow, amazing.
Thank you every day for preparing me a most beautiful meal at the end of a hard day. It means so much to me that you look out for me too. Thank you, sweetheart. And Fenella, this is Akeem's nighttime Florence Nightingale. You are the true meaning of a nurse. Thank you for doing all those little extra things like cutting his hair, grooming him, and just taking such good care of him. I know he can sometimes scream and holler when he gets his hair cut, but
it looks good.
The Capitan. You brought ideas to our doctor's appointments that have helped so much, and I just want to thank you for the intelligence that you bring with you to this job. You've helped me in so many ways, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. guys.
Yay!
Yay for caregivers. And I'd also like to ultimately thank my sister Virginia. I can't look at you, Virginia, or I'll cry. Virginia, will you please stand so if there's anyone here that doesn't know you, but I think most everybody does. This is my wonderful sister Virginia. I don't know I can ever thank you for what you did for Akeen and I. I'm humbled by your sacrifice. You worked with Akeen every single day without fail for months on end, helping me save his life. You did speech and physical therapy with him, even though you often hurt yourself in the process. You were there with me through all of it. In all of my memories, you are there. When I look back on my life now, I'm reminded of the footprints in the sand story of Christ. In the good times, you were by my side. In the dark times, you carried me. And somehow I felt I was going to be okay because you were by my side. You put Akeen first ahead of anything going on in your own life. You knew what had to be done to save him. You were like a doctor yourself, often leading the case with a confidence that comforted me. When I was too weary, you were strong. When I couldn't read any more articles on the terrifying things doctors were saying, you were up nights doing the research. You gave of yourself and your energy for my son in a way I didn't actually know was possible. It was the most selfless act of love. What a sister, what an aunt, what a human being you are. Thank you for helping me save my son. You did it. You did it. And also, I would just like to say this. I believe Akeen's life is a miracle. That Akeen was truly gone, and he has come back to us for a reason. God has work to continue to do through him. That if we are willing to listen and slow down, we can be better than the person we were yesterday. No matter how busy, how old, or how tired we are, I believe Akeen has come back to continue to require us to grow. Akeen has taught me that everyone has a purpose, that there is good in everyone, that we should be patient and kind, and that we should laugh as much and as hard as we can each and every day. Lastly, to my dear son, thank you for being so brave, Akeen. Thank you for picking me to be your mom. You will walk again one day. You and I will always be the dos amigos. We are in this together, and I will never give up on you. I will always be for you. I love you, honey. Thank you.